This was an accident. Two Hollywood superstars vanished. No posts, no sightings. Then secret photos leaked from a private resort, booked under fake names. When Tom Cruise and Ana de Armas were spotted leaving together, Hollywood panicked. Was this a hidden romance they never wanted exposed? Nobody was supposed to see this. No red carpets. No flashing cameras. No Hollywood headlines. In an industry where every move is tracked, photographed, and analyzed, this moment was meant to stay invisible. A quiet escape. A private pause from fame. Yet somehow, a hidden vacation, far away from the public eye, has turned into one of the most talked about celebrity mysteries on the internet. Fans across the world are now asking the same explosive question. Were Tom Cruise and Ana de Armas secretly vacationing together? It didn't begin with a headline. It began with whispers. A few fans noticed something unusual. Around the same time, both stars went strangely quiet. No public appearances. No clear social media clues. Ana de Armas shared a few scenic photos, but without locations, tags, or context. Tom Cruise, known for his carefully managed public presence, simply disappeared from view. At first, no one connected the dots. Then came the blurry photos. Images began circulating online, unclear, distant, but intriguing. A familiar silhouette, a posture that looked unmistakably like Tom Cruise. A woman nearby, wearing sunglasses and a hat, sparking immediate speculation. Nothing was confirmed, yet nothing could be ignored either. Soon after, sudden leaks started appearing from unexpected places. An anonymous hotel insider hinted at two A-list Hollywood stars staying under extreme privacy conditions at a luxury resort. Separate entrances, private dining hours, staff instructed to avoid eye contact and phones. Even bookings allegedly made under fake names. What was meant to stay private was now unraveling, fast. The internet did what it always does. Fans compared timelines, backgrounds, lighting, even the angle of the sun in photos. Every small detail was examined, and with every new theory, the story grew louder. Two global superstars, one secret getaway, and a situation Hollywood never wanted exposed. What made this even more fascinating was the level of secrecy involved. Tom Cruise is no stranger to public attention, yet he is famously protective of his private life. Ana de Armas, on the other hand, has openly spoken about the pressure of fame and her desire to keep personal moments away from cameras. That's why this alleged vacation raised eyebrows. Why so much effort to stay hidden? Why now? And why together? Some insiders claim it was simply a peaceful escape, two friends taking a break from intense careers and constant scrutiny. Others believe the secrecy suggests something deeper, because in Hollywood, friends don't usually hide like this. As the story spread, mainstream media stayed quiet. No confirmations, no denials, just silence. And in the world of celebrities, silence often speaks the loudest. The mystery continues to grow not because of what we know, but because of what we don't. So, what really happened on this mysterious vacation? Was it an innocent getaway? A private friendship moment? Or a hidden chapter of a story never meant to be told? Let's break it all down, step by step. The first clue didn't come from paparazzi. It came from fans. In today's digital world, celebrity secrets don't always get exposed by photographers hiding in bushes. Sometimes it's the audience, the quiet observers, who notice when something feels off. And this time, fans were paying very close attention. A few eagle-eyed followers spotted something unusual on social media. Almost simultaneously, Tom Cruise went unusually quiet online. No appearances, no interviews, no public sightings. For a man whose career is built on visibility and precision, this sudden silence felt strange. At the same time, Ana de Armas began posting scenic photos. Beautiful landscapes, calm oceans, elegant architecture. But there was one detail missing: no location tags, no hotel names, no recognizable landmarks. Just carefully framed images that revealed everything and nothing at once. On their own, these details wouldn't mean much. Celebrities take breaks. Actors go offline. Travel photos are common. But then came the bigger surprise. Fans began doing what they do best: connecting dots. They zoomed in, compared angles, matched backgrounds, and slowly, a pattern started to form. The same ocean backdrop appeared in different posts. The architecture looked strikingly similar. Even the lighting, sunrise tones, shadows, and timing lined up almost perfectly. Two different accounts, two different celebrities, one eerily similar setting. That's when curiosity turned into investigation. Online forums lit up. Comment sections filled with theories. Side-by-side comparisons began circulating across platforms. What once looked like coincidence now felt intentional. And just as speculation reached its peak, another piece of the puzzle surfaced. An alleged hotel staff member from a luxury European resort reportedly dropped a subtle hint. Without naming anyone directly, The source mentioned that two A-list Hollywood stars had recently stayed at the property under extreme privacy protocols. The details were specific. Private entrances instead of main lobbies. Separate bookings to avoid suspicion. Dining arranged after hours. Strict rules for staff. No photos, no autographs, no phones. This wasn't standard celebrity privacy. This was something else. According to the source, even senior staff were kept in the dark. Only a small, trusted team was allowed anywhere near the guests. Security was tight. Movements were controlled. And everything was designed to ensure one thing: no public exposure. That's when speculation turned into suspicion. Because in Hollywood, secrecy at this level is rare, especially when it involves two globally recognizable faces. The question was no longer if something was happening, but why it needed to stay hidden. Fans began asking tougher questions. Why choose the same destination at the same time? Why hide locations so carefully? And why go to such lengths to avoid being seen together? Still, there were no confirmations, no statements, no clarifications, just silence. And as days passed, that silence only fueled the mystery. What started as a few social media posts had now evolved into a full-scale online investigation. A story built not on official announcements, but on patterns, timing, and carefully hidden clues. Whether intentional or accidental, the message was clear. This wasn't random. Something had happened. Something private. Something no one was supposed to notice. But the internet noticed anyway. According to multiple entertainment insiders, Tom Cruise and Armas didn't choose a glamorous hotspot filled with celebrities or paparazzi traps. Instead, they reportedly selected a low-key coastal destination, far removed from Hollywood chaos and public attention. No mega yachts packed with influencers. No loud parties. No red carpet dinners. Just calm beaches, private villas, and something rare in their world: silence. This location was carefully chosen for one reason: privacy. Insiders say it was the kind of place celebrities go when they don't want to be seen at all. A destination known more for peaceful sunsets than flashing cameras. A place where time slows down and names don't matter. Witnesses claim the two were spotted, but never together in obvious ways. They were reportedly seen taking early morning walks, long before tourists filled the beaches. Hoodies, caps, sunglasses, always keeping distance, always aware of surroundings. These weren't casual strolls. They were calculated moments designed to avoid attention. Evenings were handled with the same level of care. According to sources, private dinners were arranged after midnight, long after the restaurant had closed to the public. Meals were prepared in secluded spaces, away from staff and guests. No shared tables in open areas. No chance encounters. Every detail was controlled. When it came to travel, they avoided public routes entirely. Instead of cars or commercial transport, helicopter transfers were allegedly used to move between locations. Quick, quiet, direct. No airports. No crowds. No leaks. It was a method often used by high-profile figures who want to remain invisible. The goal was simple: don't be seen together. What makes this story even more fascinating is how carefully everything appears to have been planned. This wasn't a spontaneous getaway or a last-minute decision. It was organized with precision. Tom Cruise is famously known for controlling his public image. Every appearance, every interview, every move is calculated. He understands how narratives are built and how quickly they can spiral out of control. Ana de Armas, on the other hand, has consistently expressed a desire to protect her personal life. Despite global fame, she has often chosen privacy over publicity. She avoids oversharing. She avoids unnecessary attention. For her, peace matters more than headlines. Together, this makes the situation even more intriguing, because this wasn't careless. It wasn't accidental. It was strategic. And that leads to the question fans can't stop asking. Why hide it if it was just a vacation? Friends take trips all the time. Colleagues travel together. None of that usually requires fake bookings, private entrances, or midnight dinners. The level of secrecy suggests that whatever this was, it mattered. Some believe it was about avoiding rumors. Others think it was about protecting something still forming. And some argue that it was simply two people trying to enjoy a moment without the world watching. But in Hollywood, intentions don't stay hidden for long. The more effort made to stay invisible, the more visible the story becomes. And as details continue to surface, one thing becomes increasingly clear. This vacation wasn't about luxury or escape. It was about control. Control over privacy. Control over narrative. Control over timing. Whether this was friendship, romance, or something between, the way it was handled speaks volumes. Because in the end, it's not the destination that raised eyebrows. It's the secrecy that followed. And that secrecy is what turned a quiet coastal getaway into one of Hollywood's most talked about mysteries. Here's where opinions split. As the story spread, insiders and fans quickly found themselves on opposite sides of the debate. On one hand, some close to the situation insist this was purely a friendship trip. Nothing more. Nothing less. They argue that both Tom Cruise and Ana de Armas have moved in similar professional circles for years. Award shows, industry events, shared connections, mutual respect. According to this view, the vacation was simply a chance for two high-profile actors to escape the noise of fame and enjoy a rare moment of normalcy. Supporters of this theory point out that both stars value calm, private environments. Neither is known for wild party scenes or constant public exposure. A quiet, coastal retreat, they say, fits their personalities perfectly. To them, the secrecy wasn't about romance. It was about avoiding unnecessary headlines. But not everyone is convinced. Others strongly disagree, arguing that this level of secrecy goes far beyond friendship. And they have a point. Separate bookings, hidden travel routes, private entrances, non-disclosure requests to staff. That's not how casual friends vacation. In Hollywood, even friendships between celebrities are often public. They attend events together, post photos, appear casually in public. What happened here feels different. Controlled, intentional, almost protective. Critics of the just friends theory believe the effort to stay hidden suggests something personal was at stake. Because when people have nothing to hide, they don't usually go to extreme lengths to stay invisible. Then there's what fans notice next. Online audiences began paying closer attention to Ana de Armas's recent interviews. And something felt different. Subtle but noticeable. She started speaking more openly about boundaries, emotional clarity, and the importance of protecting her personal life. She talked about choosing peace over chaos, about learning when to step back, about keeping certain moments sacred, away from public consumption. To many fans, these weren't random comments. At the same time, Tom Cruise became noticeably absent from his usual public routine. Fewer appearances, less visibility, no major interviews. For someone known for being consistently present in the spotlight, this sudden withdrawal raised eyebrows. Individually, these changes could mean nothing. Actors evolve, priorities shift, careers slow down between projects. But together, that's where questions begin. Coincidence or connection? Hollywood history offers an interesting clue. Some of the industry's most genuine relationships began quietly, far from cameras and headlines. No public announcements, no confirmation, just two people choosing privacy over performance. And often, those relationships stayed real because they stayed quiet. That's why this story resonates so strongly. It doesn't feel staged. It doesn't feel loud. It feels careful. And in a world built on spectacle, careful usually means meaningful. Still, there are no confirmations, no denials, no official statements from either side. And until there are, everything remains speculation. But speculation fueled by patterns is hard to ignore. Because in Hollywood, the loudest romances are often the shortest. And the quietest ones, they're usually the most real. So where does the truth lie? Was this simply two friends protecting their peace? Or was it the beginning of something deeper, deliberately kept away from the spotlight? The answer remains hidden. But the clues are there, for those willing to look closely. And sometimes, the silence tells a story better than words ever could. Whether this was romance or not, one thing is clear. The impact is undeniable. Stories like this don't just spark curiosity. They quietly reshape how the public sees the people involved. And in this case, the narrative surrounding both Tom Cruise and Ana de Armas has shifted in subtle but meaningful ways. For Tom Cruise, the story does something unexpected. It softens his image. For decades, he has been known as the ultimate Hollywood professional. Precise, intense, always in control. A man associated with action films, high energy, and constant motion. Rarely still, rarely quiet. But this moment tells a different story. It shows a man choosing peace over publicity, privacy over performance. Instead of embracing attention, he appears to be stepping away from it. Instead of feeding headlines, he's letting silence speak. For many fans, this is a side of Tom Cruise they rarely get to see, a version not defined by stunts or spotlights, but by restraint. And that restraint humanizes him. It reminds audiences that behind the blockbuster persona is someone who still values calm, connection, and moments away from the world's gaze. For Ana de Armas, the impact is equally powerful, but in a different way. This story reinforces something she has consistently demonstrated: control. In an industry that thrives on exposure, Ana isn't chasing headlines. She's shaping her narrative. She chooses when to speak, when to step back, and when to keep things private. And that level of intention is rare. Rather than allowing speculation to define her, she allows space. Space for mystery. Space for dignity. Space for a personal life that doesn't belong to the public. And in today's entertainment culture, where personal boundaries are often ignored, that choice carries weight. Together, their silence sends a message. Neither star has confirmed the vacation. Neither has denied it. No statements. No clarifications. No carefully worded press releases. And that silence, It's louder than any explanation, because silence, when chosen deliberately, becomes a form of communication. It suggests confidence. It suggests boundaries. It suggests that not every story needs a response. Sometimes, the truth doesn't need words. It lives in the details, in the timing, in what isn't said, in the sudden pauses, in the shared disappearances, in the careful choices made behind closed doors. Whether this was a romantic escape, a deep friendship, or something between, the takeaway remains the same. Both individuals protected what mattered to them. They chose privacy in a world that demands access. They chose restraint in an industry built on exposure. And that choice has left fans talking, not because of what was revealed, but because of what was withheld. In the end, this story may never be officially confirmed. There may never be a headline that declares the truth. And maybe that's exactly how it was meant to be. Because some moments are real precisely because they remain private. And sometimes, the most powerful stories are the ones that don't need to be told out loud.